Hey YouTube, it's Adam from I'm a Music Mogul, and welcome to part 3 of our Metro Boomin drum tutorial series. This is going to round off the series, and we're going to hopefully end it off with a bang. In part 1, if you missed it, we created an 808 and layered it with a kick, and we programmed it to sound like this. In part 2, we took a clap and a snare, layered it, and then created a nice groove to our snare, and kind of placed them around our region just to create a nice little kind of groove and give you that bounce. And in part 3 right now, we're going to be exploring the hi-hats within Metro Boomin drums, and of course a lot of trap music as well. Hi-hats is pretty much a driving force or driving factor within those songs and records. So let's get to it. It's going to draw in a region, just so we got it going on. And I'm going to draw in my hi-hats. Now, hi-hats patterns in trap music, Metro Boomin music specifically, we're going to be using a lot of different division times. And the way we change the grid or the division time within our grid right here is by changing it up here. So if I, right now by default, Logic defaults to a 16th division. But if I go ahead and change this to, let's say, 32, you'll see the grid changes. 164, the grid changes. If you don't have this showing up in your transport bar over here, control click in this gray window, go to customize control bar and display. Under whatever window you want to show under, just make sure you hit the, time signature and division. And then you can change the value of your grid. By default though, it is set to 16th. And we're going to leave it at 16th for now because we're just going to paint in a 16th hit hi-hats. So here we go. Anytime I like to, when I program hi-hats, I like just to draw in a straight 16th hit hi-hat pattern. And then we're going to get into the nitty-gritty. And well, you'll start to pick up some key things that you could use when you're programming your hi-hats right now. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. So usually what I like to do on my third hit right here, I'm going to break it up. So let's take that out. I'm going to change the grid to 48s and add in some hits here. Let me just change this back to pencil. Okay. And we'll change this to 32. So again, you're going to be playing around with different division times. I mean, you don't have to change the grid. You can kind of eyeball it. But I like to change the grid just so I get a perfect little hits here. We're not going to do anything too crazy. Let's do on our third hit here. Let's go back to 48, let's say. The 48 gives you that nice little, that quick stutter hits. That's why I like to go to it. See what we're going to do here. I'm not sure what we're going to do here right now. Let's see where we got so far. Alright, so let's leave it with the 4 hits right here just because we're changing it up too much. Maybe we're starting to get to that little crazy part. Alright, let's go back to our second half of our loop. Alright, let's split up this one right here. Let's go to 32. This section right here, we're going to make it something crazy, I feel, just because that's what I feel is right. And we're going to go with feeling because that's what music is all about. Kind of gives that kind of throwback hit. And let's go in our third one right here. Let's take that out and maybe let's go back to 32 here. that sounds pretty good so far. Let's just split it up right here. And again, everything is really, I program a lot of trap hi-hats, so I kind of know exactly where I want them to go. But play around with it. Again, draw in your 16th hits and then kind of cut your, maybe take out a hi-hat, put in a hi-hat, kind of add more in hi-hats, and you'll see how the feel goes. Again, this is just, I'm doing a fast version because I always kind of do a pattern similar to this. But once you get the hang of it, you'll know where you want kind of stutter hits or just keep it straight. You'll get the idea. And let's just take out this last hit here just to kind of split up a hat. We don't need to hit every single time. So now that we got our hi-hats all nicely programmed in, we're going to go ahead and randomize the velocity, because right now, as you can tell, every single hit is hitting at the same velocity, and that's not good. It's very robotic. We want to have randomized velocity just so it feels a little bit more natural. So select all of your MIDI hits or hi-hat hits, go to Functions, go to MIDI Transform, and go to Random Velocity. And from here, you can actually step in what you want your low point to be, and then it kind of randomizes in between this range right here. So let's go from 60 to, let's say, the max 127. Go select and operate, and now we got random velocities. It's not a huge difference, but it does make a difference overall in the overall grand scheme of things. And finally, our last step would be just to add in some reverb to our hi-hats, because reverb is a must on your hi-hats. And luckily in Drum Machine Designer, we already have a reverb routed in, so we can just use this. So that's pretty much your Metro Boomin drum pattern in a nutshell. You got your 808, your kick, your snare, your clap, your hi-hats. Maybe the only thing I'd add in is maybe a crash at various points throughout this pattern. Maybe a triangle hit on all of the downbeats, and maybe a couple of those kind of crow samples at various points throughout the loop, something like this. I don't know, something like that. So if you do have any questions on this, you can ask me in the comment section below. Just a reminder, guys, this is an interactive tutorial, so if you did want to download this exact session with all the regions and all the samples, including those crow hits, you can find them in the description below in the link. Click that, download it, enjoy, and you can kind of just export these regions and put them into your various productions and kind of reuse this hi-hat pattern if you like. That's it for me, guys. Remember to hit that subscribe button if you are new to I'm a Music Mogul, and of course remember to thumbs up and share this video if you liked it. And I'll see you all in the next video. Talk to y'all soon. Later. Peace.